and the wide, whispering flatlands of County Derry, just above the floodplains of Lough Beg, there's a patch of green that breaks through the silver water. A wooded island, crowned by a spire, lonely, quiet, and eternal. This is Church Island, once known as Einish Teja. Today it stands as a monument to time, the ruined stone church, its slender spire rising above the trees, casts a long shadow, one shaped by monks, bishops, fire, and even war. From the grass at its feet, the ruin feels rooted in something deeper than architecture, something ancient, sacred. Its arched windows are empty but filled with memory. Look through its broken bones, and you'll see a story stretching back over 1,000 years. Long before it was crowned with a spire, the island was a bare, grassy refuge on the edge of the world, a place of solitude for those seeking the divine. It's said that the first to settle here were early Christian monks. They arrived not for conquest but for quiet. They built no fortress, just faith. Their days were marked by prayer, farming, and the slow rhythm of the lake. The wind was their choir, the birds their congregation. Centuries later, their presence was carved in stone. A church rose, modest, Romanesque, enduring. The ruin we see today began here with chisels and psalms. By the 1200s, it was a functioning parish, its walls echoing with the Latin tongue, the passing of seasons, and the footsteps of pilgrims. It became not just a place to worship, but to bury the dead. Generations were laid to rest in the shadow of its bell tower, returned to the earth beneath holy ground. But the island would not remain untouched. In 1603, amid the chaos of the 9 Years' War and the early plantation of Ulster, the church was set ablaze. Whether by accident or design, the fire marked the end of its sacred function. The roof collapsed, the bell fell silent. For nearly 2 centuries, the structure sat in silence. Ivy crept across its walls, trees encroached, the graves faded. Church Island became a forgotten prayer, until a strange figure looked out from the mainland. Frederick Hervey, the Earl Bishop of Derry, a flamboyant aristocrat and patron of the arts, had a vision. In 1788, he ordered a spire to be built atop the ruined church, not to restore its faith, but to complete its silhouette. He wanted to see it from his estate at Ballyscullion. To him, it was landscape architecture. To history, it became something more, with its tall white point rising above the trees. Church Island was transformed again, its ruin given a crown. A monument not to God, perhaps, but to memory, spectacle, and permanence. But even that permanence was tested. During the Second World War, an American aircraft, departing from nearby Crea airfield, flew too low. It clipped the tip of the spire with its wing. The damage remains to this day. Still, the spire held. A slight bend, a missing stone, but like the church itself, it endured. Today, the building still stands, wounded, moss-covered, but proud. The trees close in around it. The light shifts through its empty windows. It speaks, not in words, but in stillness. Years later, in a quiet study, a poet would think of it often. Seamus Heaney, born just miles from here, wrote of Lough Beg with a voice as sacred and rooted as the place itself. He returned to it in memory and sometimes in body, watching the spire through the reeds, feeling the past hum through the grass. I bow my head and wipe your blood away, and watch you through the reeds with the animals grazing at the edge of the strand as the light grows long and soft on Lough Beg. Even now, once a year when the waters recede, a pilgrimage continues. People walk the green strand barefoot or booted across the marsh, some for tradition, some for memory, some for reasons they can't quite explain. And still the island remains. Still the spire stands, a ruin, a monument, a poem in stone. Church Island, older than memory, younger than legend, eternal as the mist.